you mentioned you have, in addition to Ram Dass, you have people like Joseph Goldstein, these the real leaders of Western Buddhism. I would say the people who really are the experts who brought it to the West. A huge number of them are Jewish, and it's interesting. Do you think there's a particular kind of cultural background that makes people who are raised Jewish more capable or more interested in that specific way of training in things like meditation?
It's a great question. You could maybe you could choose a path of interpretation. You could say this is the ultimate rebellion from a Judaism that was not working for people, and they had no experience or training or interest in anything that had to do with Judaism, but they saw something else and were profoundly affected by it. And you could also say yes, the things that they were hoping for most, that they saw in their texts, you go to synagogue on Friday night and just reading master of the world, you alone, and you hold my spirit in your hand. You're like, where is that actually happening around me? The texts are talking about that, but no one else is talking about that. Where can I go and find that? Oh, I'll find that over here. And so, or at the same time, you could maybe, and we talked about this before, say that there is, if this is okay to say, I don't want to essentialism, so you'll forgive me if there's any tinge of it, or, ontology. But what if there is some spark within a Jewish spirit that is connected to a spiritual vocation, that we have been the masters, the seekers of the beyond for generations, and then that comes in many different forms, not just philosophy and not just theology, but also maybe the desire for what is beyond our political reality, what is beyond our artistic reality, reaching out for the thing that is just beyond our grasp. Maybe that has been the Jewish vocation for so long. And there's actually, an amazing quote from Leonard Cohen, who I think of as one of the unsung Jewish mystics of our time. Can I read this?
Yeah, please do. I love Leonard Cohen.
He says, Judaism is the secretion with which an Eastern tribe surrounded divine irritation, a direct confrontation with the absolute that happened once in history, and we still feel the warmth of that confrontation, divorced as we are from the terms of it. That happened long ago. Today, we covet the pearl, but we are unwilling to support the irritation, the burning nucleus. And our spiritual life today has the exact consistency of an unclean oyster. And it stinks to heaven. We cannot face heaven. We have lost our genius for the vertical. Jewish novelists are sociologists, horizontalists. And the residue of energy from that great vertical seizure we had 4,000 years ago, that we turned toward ourselves. We knock on our own doors and wonder that no one answers. Oh God, what a predicament! Yeah, what a prophetic castigation of our generation and our moment. And so it is that idea, that burning nucleus that we covet, but for whatever reason, because of trauma, for example, for the idea of survival or for continuity, we create these agendas, or we create priorities that then become about the survival of the people versus the survival of that energy. And those are both important, of course, right? We have plenty of reason to worry about, be concerned about the survival of the people, even now. But I think that something has become lost. And what I think he is encouraging, and what I'm now encouraging, is to direct that focus more inward than just my political reality, but about my spiritual one too.